Is there any players that really annoy you? Not just the mid position, but in the game in general. Going into TI, since you've been to TI several times in the past, ever since back in TI2, what's your experience at TI like? What was the most memorable moment at TI for you?
I think my most memorable TI for me was still a TI3. Because I represent my country, right? We are all Malaysian, and I was represent my country. That's really like meanings differently for me, especially. Yeah, and we got the third place on that time. So I think it was most memorable for me. Yeah, it was a hard one because like we are most of the TI I except TI4. Most of the team that I've been in TI is like a kind of underdog for me, and we always can find a way to achieve a good result. Yeah, so this kind of a very very good for me.
You were in SMG as a player early this year. How was it like playing tournaments online?
I think like especially this pandemic, like everything has changed, right? Everyone's lives has changed. So I think like except the complaining, we need to learn how to adapt it, right? So like nothing much. Like we should be happy that we still have a tournament that let us to play during online, right? Yeah, and also there's some of the LAN tournament in this year, and I couldn't say that they will be good as before because there's not much crowd in there as well. But as a player, we should be grateful. We should be happy about it already. Yeah.
Do you think all these online tournaments would affect the players going back to the big stage at TI?
I think for some of them maybe will, but it really depends on what kind of player that you are, right? Like for myself, that every time that when I go to the stage, I kind of ignoring the crowd because like when I go into the stage, I don't let anything that affects me affects my performance. I kind of just like fully focus on the game, and like no matter how loud the noise is or whatever, I just want to fully focus on my game. So it would be no difference for me, but I'm sure that many people will have some change, right?
What are some of the teams that fans should look out for this year?
I think like I think it's just quite challenging. Like for me in this year, because of the system of the WAF that making for the this season, right? I believe that not many teams that is a quite high how do I say, like in the same level of the game. But like many teams that didn't qualify is still better, right? Like the Liquid one, I think they're kind of still very good. But I believe that in this year we can look more for the EG, especially LGD, the estimate OG, right? Yeah, it's a 2-time champion, and let's see if we can make it 3.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's why I was thinking. The way they were playing during the season, not very good. But every time when we doubt them, they always come back at TI and prove to the world, we're still number one. And it will be fun to see a LGD and OG rematch, EG LGD rematch, and all those rematch. And also one of the sad things is that Nigma or Team Liquid didn't.
That's a very sad one.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Like I think the system also like unexpected for everyone as well. Yeah, and also that during all this year, it's only online tournament, right? It's hard for most of the players that keep their motivation to play. And I'm sure that most of the team that didn't qualify and they also lost some motivation because they don't because it's all online only, right? It's very different from the past year. Yeah, but I believe that from the next season would be better.
Now, since TI9 until today, are there any players that you've been really impressed with? Someone that you never thought could play as well as they are today?
To be honest, I'm not really like focusing so much on the Europe player. Yeah, I more on like putting my eyes on the Southeast Asia region. I want to see rising as well, right? Yeah, but like most of the C player, I think is yeah, in most of the C player in TI, they deserve it, and they play quite well for quite a lot for quite some time. Yeah, it's just a matter of time that they can be in the stage. Yeah, and here they are, and they can represent their country, they can represent their region to go to TI. I'm sure they will do their best to achieve something. Yeah.
If you're given a chance to form your own team, this is like a fantasy football thing.
Okay.
If you're given a chance to form your own team, no limits, who would you want to be in your team, and what are their roles?
To be honest, like this kind of thing, I never really think of that. I'm more like only think about like what do I have or who I can get, right? I always never think about, oh, I want the perfect team, I want to get who something like that, right? Yeah, so to be honest, I never really thought of that as well.
If you can play with one player, who would that be?
One players, let me think. Maybe some of the best captain in the world, like Pape, No2 or Kuroki, like because they just make you they just plan everything. They just they do the hardest job, right? Then it will be easier.
Now, this might be well, actually, this is a question that I personally want to know.
Yeah.
As an active player playing in the mid position, which player did you hate playing against?
You mean right now or the last time?
Of all time, any time, the one that always like make you annoyed playing with them.
When I was still a mid player, to be honest, I never had anyone that like I hate to play, because when I was still very active mid player, I always want to be the best. Yeah, whoever beats me, I always think that I want to beat you back. I will never think that, oh, you are annoyed or you are hard for me, because I aim to be the best, right? Yeah. So yeah, it's just different kind of mentality. Yeah.
And I also understand that you hate playing off lanes, right?
Yeah.
Is there any players that really annoy you? Not just the mid position, but in the game in general.
Not really, because like most of the time that I was captain, I was after as well, right? Most of the time I plan everything as a big picture. I don't really like see those small stuff, something like that. I want to because I aim to win, I plan the big picture as well.
You mentioned that you're looking a lot into Southeast Asia region's player. Say if there's a young aspiring Dota 2 player currently playing in the pub games, but they want to take it to the next level, what should they do? What would your advice be for them?
To be honest, like if they want to be the next level, like to be a pro, they need to sacrifice a lot of things, to be honest, like sacrifice times, right? Or also like before you really like having an organization, you still need to move into the right way, but not to the wrong way. Like just to be honest, like many boosting services are out there and everything, right? Like although that some of the player that they never get a high get into the organization that with a team, something like that, right? Some of the player were willing to do that just for their money. They are understandable, but like doing this kind of stuff, but you're not focusing on your improvement for yourself, and it will also cost your career as well, right? Yeah, that's why like if you really want to go into the next level in your career, you really need to sacrifice basically most of everything just to just to be success. Yeah.
Last question. What's next for Mushi?
What's next for Mushi? Uh,
As in your
be
your
the
future plans?
be the best coach in the world is my aim for now. Like I'm very competitive player. I mean, like people. So I always want to be the best of everything that I'm doing right now. Like I never say that I can do it all the time, but like I always aim to be.
Is there any message that you would like to share with your fans?
Yeah, as always, like thanks for them to support me all the time. Although I'm not a player, I'm a coach. Like still many fans out there to supporting me, and I would like to thanks them. And yeah, as long as I'm still in the esports scene, I will never let them down. I will just do my best, right? Yeah.
Thank you for taking the time from your busy schedule and talking to me today, Mushi. It's really a privilege to talk to you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.